Hi, welcome to our next level 2 trigonometry video. We turn our attention to finding the arc length. Now we often need to determine the length of an arc, which is part of the circumference of a circle. Right, here's the formula we're going to use. Arc length S is equal to 2 pi r times theta over 360. Let's explain how this comes about. So this is a sector, which is part of an entire circle. And we have a radius. When we draw two radius, we refer to it as a radii. And at the center of the sector, we have an angle called theta. And our job is to work out the length of the arc of the sector, which in mathematics we often refer to as the letter S. S for arc length. Now here's the formula again. Arc length S is equal to 2 times pi times r, which is the radius of the circle, times theta divided by 360. And theta is the angle at the center of the sector. Now this part of the rule would have worked out the entire circumference. 2 pi r is the circumference of an entire circle, and this part here is the fraction of the circle that we're dealing with. All right, let's get into example 1. Calculate the arc length. So we're trying to find the length of this arc here in the sector, which we call S. So S is equal to 2 times pi times r times theta over 360. So we go 2 times pi times the radius times theta over 360. Well, 2 times pi times 6.5, because the radius of the sector is 6.5, times 48 over 360, because 48 is the angle theta, which is the angle at the center of the circle. Right, grab my calculator. 2 times pi times 6.5 times 48 divided by 360 gives me an arc length of 5.45 centimeters, and I've chosen to round my answer to 2 decimal places. So the arc length S for this example is 5.45 centimeters. Okay, let's move on and look at example 2. Calculate the arc length. You may notice something a bit different going on here. 2 pi over 3 rad. This ain't in degrees, so what the heck is going on here? Well, rad means radian. A radian is an alternative way to measure an angle. We say that there are 2 pi radians, and it gets abbreviated to rad, in a full term. So 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. So to change radians back into degrees, we multiply by 180 divided by pi, 180 over pi. So what we're going to do here, this 2 pi over 3 rad is just an angle in radians. We're going to change it back into degrees. So this is what we're going to do. Take 2 pi over 3 and times it by 180 over pi. Right, grab my calculator. 2 times pi divided by 3 times 180 divided by pi. That will give you an angle in degrees of 120 degrees. So 2 pi over 3 radians is the same as 120 degrees. Right, so now we can carry on with this problem in working with an angle of 120 degrees. So this is the arc length we're trying to find, S. And here's our formula, 2 pi r times theta over 360. So r is 80 and theta is 120 degrees. So 2 times pi times 80, which is the radius, times 120. Remember, we're using an angle in degrees here, divided by 360. That gives me an answer of 167.55 millimeters, and again I've rounded my answer to 2 decimal places. So the arc length is 167.55 millimeters. Cool, thank you so much for watching the video.